some of the touristy things too, but I also like to just, you know, kick back and relax and not have an agenda. So most of the times when I go to Italy or when I go to Germany or anywhere in Europe, I usually just bum around. So let's see here. Calamari is Italian food. That is correct. Yes. I was trying to make up what my favorite food was, but I guess I'm not that fast. What is my shoe size? I am a 13 in most stuff. An American 13. Karma Inc. Whose idea is that? Who knows what Karma Inc. is? It was a short film that we did a little while back. It was a comedy, very dark comedy, hilarious. JD, Drew, and I, we all wrote it together. It is on our YouTube page, so if you go on YouTube and search Scott Brothers Entertainment, you will find it on there, and trust me, it is dark. I play the role of Michael, who's in charge of negative karma on Earth, and Drew plays Michelle, who's in charge of positive karma. There may be a disturbing scene, where I have a portrait, it's a nude painting of myself, and I may be taking too much pleasure in looking at that portrait. So it's disturbing. But if you like being disturbed, it's a very funny comedy. What else we have going on here? Thanks for coming to Phoenix. Phoenix was awesome for any of you who showed up to see us in Phoenix. The crowd was insane. I've never seen a crowd. We've been to Phoenix many times for meet and greets. Never saw it that big, so that was exciting. What else we have here? I think people are now getting onto the YouTube page to check out Karma. We have a couple of big collabs coming up, by the way. We do these celebrity collabs. You know, like I was saying earlier, we did one with Nick Jonas, and we do a bunch. We did Guillermo's Guard Shack, things like that. Just fun crossover videos. We've got stuff in the works with a lot of other celebrities that we're writing. If you know somebody, do you want to see us do something with, you know, Taylor Swift, Sam Smith, Ryan Seacrest? If you want to see us do it with a specific celebrity, let us know, because we write these comedic bits all the time. And someone says collab with Nicole Curtis. Absolutely. In fact, Nicole we have a script that we've written. As soon as we can get in the same city as Nicole, we're going to try and do something with her. Yeah, we're in New York for a little while, so we're trying to do as many collabs while we're there before we leave. So there's some pretty big ones that'll be coming up. Somebody's asking, would I get another dog? I think 2 is my max. I think that's good. I dated somebody who also had a dog, and so that made, at one point, had 3 dogs in the house. And you know, who knows, if I was to date someone who has 2 dogs, that'd be 4 dogs in the house. So I think I'll probably keep it with these 2. You'll see the funny video I post later today on Vine with the dogs. Jonathan, I'll make you sushi. You know the way to my heart. That is the way to my heart. Let's see here. Collab with Jenna Marbles, that would be hilarious. Ariana Grande, almost did something actually with her. Because we do a lot of festivals, if you guys don't know. CMA Fest, we've hosted, we've presented. Billboard's done several years in a row. CMA Award, or iHeart Awards, things like that. So I love music, absolutely love music. So we spend as much time as we can doing music. What else we got here? Any plans to work in the Portland area? No plans right now. In fact, we're pretty much just working in New York until mid-August. Then we usually go flop back and forth from the U.S. to Canada. So after August, we'll probably go back up to Canada and do 3 or 4 months in Canada, get out of there before it's too cold, and then go back to the States. So all you have to do is you just have to tell the network where you want us to go. In Canada, you tell W Network. In the States, you call HGTV, or you message HGTV through their Facebook page or their website, and just tell them where you want us. And we go where the biggest demand comes from. So, my dogs' names: Jackaroo 75. I have Gracie, that's my Chihuahua, and Stewie is my Yorkie. Gracie and Stewie. I've had them both since they were 8 weeks each. Favorite room that I've designed. This may sound a little obvious, but it's my house in Vegas. I love my house in Vegas. The water slide, come on. I just want a water slide. What's your favorite part of my house? Anyone who saw the special that we did, Property Brothers at Home, is actually the most viewed series in HGTV's history. It broke all their records. And so we'll be announcing very soon another project that we're doing that's very similar. But what is your favorite part of my house that I renovated? What would you like to come and use? We have Tony's asking if I named Stewie after Stewie from Family Guy. That is correct. Does anyone know what Stewie's middle name is? Because I named Stewie exactly. Actually, originally I named him Gadget because I thought it was a cute name, and he was such a terror for the first week that I had him that I changed it to Stewie Gilligan Scott. Gilligan's his middle name. That's actually Stewie Gilligan Griffin's name on Family Guy. All right. Someone cannot believe that I'm on Periscope. Yes, I'm on Periscope. So we're very much involved in social media because I think it's a great way for us to connect with you guys. So that's why on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything, we are very, very active. We're always trying to think of new things that we can do to give you guys that full 360 experience with the shows. You may not know as well, but when you come on through social media and you tell us things that you like or do not like from the shows, we take all of that feedback and we instantly put it back into the show. So you may notice that our show's constantly evolving, things are constantly changing, and new things are popping up. It's because we take your feedback and we instantly put it into the show. I don't wait until a season finishes and then we, assess everything, blah, blah, blah. Nope, we listen to you guys on social media and we instantly do it. And we have a big team that goes through it. We can't answer everybody's questions and we can't get to everybody. So I receive roughly 300,000 messages a week myself. And that's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then Drew is about the same. He's probably about 250, something like that. Not saying that he's less popular, but he's less popular. And don't tell him I said that. And so, yeah, we have a software that filters through all of that. And then from that, I try and answer at least 10 or 20 fan questions every day. So it's a nice way to stay in touch with you guys. More questions. I've got, what time is it here? So I've got a few minutes left. What do we have here? Hello from Uganda. I didn't know that we aired in Uganda. If you guys ever, go on our Facebook page and post a clip of us in your local language, it's hilarious because I've heard me in Hungarian, Spanish, Italian, French. Obviously, recently we've gone to Israel, so I just had to do our Hebrew promos, and that was my first time speaking that, so that was good. I am on Snapchat. If you are on Snapchat and you want daily stories from me, go search as well, Mr. Silver Scott. I try and keep it pretty easy for you. Mr. Silver Scott is my handle on all platforms. So, Mr. Silver Scott. Check that out. And that's pretty raw. The stuff I do on Snapchat is usually just sort of in the moment. You'll see behind the scenes on reveals. At the Billboard Awards on the red carpet, I did a little bit on there. Someone says, how can I renovate an entire house so cheaply? Well, on Property Brothers, the average budget is about $80,000, and that is not the entire house. It is only for the 3 or 4 rooms that we show you. We usually do renovate the entire house inside and out, but that's a separate budget, separate timeline for the rest of it. Some of the houses, it's up to the homeowner. Some of the houses, they don't need anything else done. Some of the houses, the other bedrooms and stuff are just raw subfloor and need a lot of work. So, yeah, the budgets and timelines on Property Brothers are only for those 3 or 4 rooms. And the reason that you get a lot of emotion out of the homeowners, because I'm assuming, and I'll see by the likes when I say this, I'm assuming you're wondering why I don't strangle some of the homeowners sometimes. Why are they being so emotional? You ever wondered that? Well, I do wonder that too. On Property Brothers, the homeowners are real. They're still paying for the majority of the renovation, so they're very emotionally invested in it. And so, hey, be nice, Traer Park royalty. So, people do emotional things and they change things and maybe become a little irrational. I'm pretty laid back, and so I can handle it. And I know when to push back when I need to push back. But my job is not to let somebody just keep adding on to the point when they're done that they're completely broke. I want to make sure that they're being responsible. So it's like therapy. I'm like a therapist. That's the new show, DIY Divorce. Because if I wasn't there, I think some of these people would tear themselves apart. What else do we have here? More questions. Hey, you guys can tell me too. How do I stop the questions from going so fast? I mean, you guys are asking good questions, but I'm missing a lot of them. What would I do if you asked me out on a date? Well, it's a Periscope date. Isn't that a little weird? I don't know. That's a little weird. Should I take you guys along on a date? Maybe I should take you guys on a date. I'll just have the phone sort of sitting there throughout the entire date. And then you guys could tell me, actually, there's an idea. If I go on a date, you guys could tell me whether or not this person's any good. I'm not always great at reading that. So you'd be like, no, this person's not a good conversationalist, or no, this person talks with their mouth full, whatever it is. And then you can tell me if I should do a second date. I don't know. All right, what do we have here? Come to my trashy trailer and fix it up. Why not? Have you, actually, one thing I was going to point out too, for anyone who maybe doesn't have the budget to do a massive renovation, but you're just looking to get a little extra square footage, use your outdoor living space. We just launched Scott Living. So if you go to scottlivingHome.com, we've launched, I've actually designed 13 outdoor collections at every different price point. So the 2 price points that have been released are the 2 product lines that have been released are with Gordman's, if there's a Gordman's in your city, and also with QVC, if you go to QVC.com. And we've got stuff in there that'll fit in like on a deck in a smaller area. These are not the large collections. So, and there's a lot of very cool decor pieces. So go to QVC or Gordman's for that. And then you don't have to necessarily blow out a wall. You can just have a nice, comfortable outdoor living area that you can use. What do you look for when buying a house, and how do you eliminate some of the costs of fixing it? For me, you'll notice a lot of the houses we do with clients, we look for a house that already has the footprint that would work for them, and then we can fix everything on the inside, remove walls that need to be removed, things like that. It's really precarious. If you find a home that you're thinking of doing an addition onto or adding another story or something like that, takes a development permit. There's so much more that can go wrong, and as soon as things go wrong, then it can throw off the whole timeline. So it's a challenge. You want to make sure that you find a home, in my opinion, that has the location that you want, has the lot you want, and maybe the overall footprint of the home is pretty good, and then you can just change the interior walls. All right, how do you make an old 80s room something new? 80s is awesome, right? Aren't the 80s coming back? Maybe if you wait long enough, it'll come back around. No? If you want to change it, just look to do things, and steal all my ideas, by the way. If there's anything that you see that you like, steal it. The easiest thing to do in design is create an inspiration board. You don't get to see that when you're watching the show, but there's so much that happens just because we don't have enough time you don't get to see. But I create inspiration boards for the homeowners. So I take inspirations from, Houzz or from Google Images or from, the stash that I have, and I show them the inspirations of what I'm thinking of doing. Here's what I'm thinking for the bathroom textures, bathroom colors, fixtures, blah, blah, blah. And then I put a collage together with all of that, and that's what they choose off of. So, have you ever built a home from scratch? Yes, the very first home I built from scratch was when I was 14 with my dad. I helped him build the ranch, and that was a learning experience. And the crazy part was we didn't have any power tools like air nailers and stuff like that, so we nailed and screwed everything from hand. Yeah, that took a while. Let's see here. What do we have? Have I ever built a home off the grid? Yep. I've built country homes, cottages, things like that. Did a lot of commercial. I saw someone make a comment about bacon. I think the only person I know who loves bacon more than I do is probably Cara Delevingne. She's obsessed. But other than that, yes, I do like bacon. What do we have here? Would you like, who do you think is more handsome, you or your brother? We've already decided. JD, our older brother, he's the good looking one. What do we have here? No, we had drills when we were doing the house there. We didn't have a power air nailer, so we had to hammer that first house when I was 14. We had to hammer all the nails in ourselves. So, bacon sushi. James, you and I are on the same page. Can I get some love for bacon? Or even turkey bacon. If you guys like bacon, I had one of the best things I've ever had. Drew's girlfriend Linda is an incredible cook, and she made, I don't know if you know what Yorkshire pudding is, but it's one of my favorite dishes. It's like a bread, almost like a popover, and she made bacon-infused Yorkies as a Yorkshire pudding as a patty, and then put a turkey burger inside it with goat cheese on it. I was in heaven. I was kind of in heaven. I do like food. I will admit, I definitely like food. I like to cook too, but I just don't have a lot of time to cook. Usually at the holidays, my mom and I are the ones that cook the meals for everybody. Okay, what do we have here? I can answer probably about another 5 questions, and then I've got to take off, but we'll do this again. I like being able to answer this many questions, because sometimes it takes so long just through social media to individually answer. This is way better. Bacon wrapped scallops, yes, I agree. That is amazing. Your hair is perfect. What products do you use? A lot of times I just throw in a little bit of the forming paste and some hairspray, and that's about it. So nothing too fancy. I've tried different things over the years, but I keep it pretty simple. I can literally get ready in the morning in like less than 10 minutes. Drew likes to say that I take hours, but no, less than 10 minutes. Though I will notice, I cut my hair and I've taken out the highlights, and everyone keeps calling me Drew now. Apparently they think I look exactly like Drew. I don't think I look like Drew. You can tell us apart, can't you? Let's see here. Concrete sunroom, carpet or tile. One of the easiest things probably to do is use a carpet tile. I've been using that a lot lately in basements and in extra like sunrooms, stuff like that, because it's very durable. If one of them gets dirty, you can literally just toss it in the dishwasher, clean it. And you can get them in all different colors. And something cool too that you can do is if you create a pattern with the carpet squares, and then you have one area which is where your lounging furniture is, change the color of the carpet squares in that area, and it actually looks like an area rug built into the carpet square floor. So it's kind of cool. I've been doing that. The Lyme disease challenge, yes, I actually have friends who have suffered from Lyme disease, so I will be doing the Lyme disease challenge when I get a moment, and I've also had a couple of other friends who have also done it. So, oh, Drew's picks, that's right. All right, thank you for the reminder. I totally forgot about that. All right, well, see, the problem is I have most of these on my phone, so I'm trying to figure out. I can't show them on my phone because I'm talking to you guys, so let me see if I can find someone here. All right, well, I want to show you. Here. So this was an 80s night picture. You guys can tell me which pictures you like the most. So that's actually me on the left, JD in the middle, and Drew on the right. Drew's got like a Bruce Springsteen thing going on. That was that. Hold on a sec here. Let me see what else we got. I have literally so much dirt on Drew JD, but nothing compares to what JD has on us. He has so many unbelievably awkward and embarrassing photos. Yeah, that's good. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a collage of some of my favorites of Drew's, and I'm going to post them on Instagram as soon as I'm done the chat. I'll go on to Instagram and I'll post it. So hop over to my Instagram, Mr. Silver Scott, and I will post the embarrassing Drew pictures over there, and then you guys can tell Drew how much fun he missed on the chat. Pam in Scottsdale, I was told to give you a shout out because you're awesome. Or maybe I'm shouting out because you're not. I don't know. Is Pam awesome? I assume she is. See here, Marilyn. Oh, it's one of our originals, Marilyn. She says she can tell us apart. Is water in a scraper actually the best method for removing popcorn ceiling? Someone's asking. It depends. The more times the popcorn ceiling has been painted over, the less likely that is to work. So you have to judge it. Be aware if you're in an older home, a home that's older than the 70s, there's a chance that there could be asbestos in the popcorn ceiling. So you need to be very, very careful. I recommend getting a sample of it tested before you remove it, because you might have to have it professionally removed. But always, if it's an older home, whenever you're doing anything, wear a proper respirator that has the pink channels on the side, because that's asbestos rated. And yeah, saturate. I actually like doing it with a really thick sealing roller. If you get a paint roller, really thick one, and then stick it in hot water and warm water, and then just really saturate the ceiling. Roll it on the ceiling and do smaller areas. Let it sit for a second, and then that'll soften things up. And then get in there with the scraper and just scrape it right off. That's the easiest way. But same with wallpaper. You have to let the moisture saturate it and let it sit for a second to loosen. If you try scraping it right away, you're just creating more work for yourself. How do you remove water stains from the ceiling? First thing you have to do is find out what the leak is and fix that. That's the most important thing, because otherwise it's going to keep coming through. Second, there's a product called Kills, and there are other products like that will actually really be a block and a barrier for the water stains. Otherwise it'll keep coming through the paint. And then once you've used a seal like that, then you can paint right over top of it. More questions. I've got about 3 questions left, and I'm still looking for... Like I said, the problem is all of my embarrassing photos of Drew are on my phone, so I'm going to post those on Instagram. If you guys head over to Instagram right after this, I might have 1 or 2 more embarrassing ones I can find. But to answer your other questions, so some people were asking to things like, behind the scenes, what's happening behind the scenes. Have I ever done a reveal and somebody hated it? Fortunately, no, knock on wood, nobody's ever hated the designs. Sometimes there's an individual piece that I've surprised them with, furniture piece or artwork, and they just didn't like that, and that's easy to switch. But I'm very collaborative with the homeowners, so I'm constantly asking questions as we go, and so I've got a pretty good idea of exactly what they want as we go through and eliminate things that are going to be too big of a risk. A couple more questions here. These are statements. How can we get on Property Brothers? Good question. If you follow us on social media, you'll know when we're coming to your city. And when we're going to your city, you just go on the Facebook page for Property Brothers or for buying and selling. And under the About Us tab, it has all the instructions how to apply. You can only apply if we're in your city. You also have to actually have a budget and actually be buying or selling. We've had people try and apply who just want a free reno. That's not how it works. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty straightforward. We've been casting in New York now for a little while, and it's been going great. I think so I'm doing 25 houses in total in the New York, Connecticut area, New Jersey, and I only have, I think, 6 left to cast, so we're almost full there. Have I ever tried baking soda? No, that does not sound delicious, gotta be honest. What's my Instagram? Mr. Silver Scott. So if you go on Instagram, Instagram.com/Mr. Silver Scott, that's me. I will be on there to post embarrassing Drew pictures right after this. And 2 more questions. These will be. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to let you guys send questions in. And when I stop and look, it's like spinning the globe. And I'm stopping on this question. That is not a question. All right. So let's do it one more time. Ask questions. Do you believe in ghosts? Amy's asking, Amy 21. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of stuff that's unexplained that we don't know. And I've had houses that we've worked on that I'm pretty confident were haunted. Strange things happening, tools and lights and things randomly turning on, turning off. You know, there's one house that every time I said the word boy, one of the lights would do this very distinct flicker. So it was almost like there was some boy that was haunting the house and listening. It was very weird. So yeah, I think there's a lot that we don't know. Do you follow people back on Snapchat? I do contests every now and then. So when I launched Snapchat publicly last week, we did a big contest, and I followed back 50 of the first people to view one of the vines or one of the snaps that I did. So yes, we do contests every now and then, and I'll follow back so that we can answer a whole bunch of questions back and forth for a 24-hour period. And then yeah, I do lots of things like that from time to time. Last question, because I've got to go and do a live appearance, so I've got to get on stage. I'm not going to answer. Let's make it a good question, not a dating question. Come on. Let's see here. Are you excited for the new Star Wars movie? I am a nerd, a sci-fi nerd. Yes, I'm excited, and I was very nervous because, you know, Disney and Star Wars, who knows? I didn't know how that was going to feel, but I have a friend who's writing it, and I also, you know, saw the trailer for it, and they have gone right back to the roots, and I think it is going to be authentic, and I think it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be why the original was awesome, so I am very excited. So if you guys have any other questions, you know to hit me up anytime. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Mr. Silver Scott is my handle. And for anyone who wonders why Silver, Silver is my middle name. My full name is Jonathan Silver Scott. When I used to perform magic, I would go by Jonathan Silver. So I decided to make my handles all Mr. Silver Scott. So hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, what kind of contests you want to do. Remember, June 3rd in New York, there is something major happening in Times Square, 11 to 1. So we will let you guys know what that's all about. Big announcement coming up. Thank you very much. You guys have been awesome. Ciao.